The Exiles' Resolve. When Arinze awoke, he was not in the village. The scent of damp earth filled his nostrils, mingling with the sharp tang of moss and the faint sweetness of wildflowers. His body ached, his wounds throbbed, but he was alive. He lay on a riverbank, the sounds of rustling leaves and distant animal calls surrounding him, a stark contrast to the chaos he had left behind. He had been cast out, left to die. With gritted teeth, he pushed himself up, his muscles screaming in protest. Pain radiated through his side, a constant reminder of the betrayal that had nearly claimed his life. He took a moment to gather his thoughts, to breathe in the cool, fresh air that filled his lungs. Survival instincts took over. He needed shelter. He needed food. He needed a plan. Days passed in a haze of pain and determination. Each morning, he awoke to the soft light filtering through the trees, the sounds of the jungle both foreign and familiar. He hunted with makeshift weapons, fashioning spears from sturdy branches and snares from vines. He learned the patterns of the land, the trails of deer, the nests of birds, the places where the river ran shallow. He hardened himself against the unforgiving wild, pushing through the hunger and fatigue that gnawed at him. But it was not solitude that saved him. It was the forgotten tribes. They emerged from the shadows of the jungle, men and women who had once been cast out, much like him. Their skin was weathered by the sun, their eyes sharp and knowing. They moved with a grace that spoke of years spent in harmony with the land, and their laughter rang like music through the trees. Arinze watched them from a distance, wary yet intrigued, until their leader, an aged but sharp-eyed warrior named Kiano, approached him. Kiano studied Arinze with curiosity and recognition, his gaze piercing yet compassionate. "You are not the first to be betrayed by your own," he said, his voice like gravel, roughened by time and experience. "But if you wish to reclaim what is yours, you must become something more." Arinze felt a flicker of hope ignite within him. Kiano's words resonated deeply, echoing the pain and loss he had endured. He nodded, determination flooding his veins. And so, Arinze trained, not just in combat, but in strategy, deception, and survival beyond warfare. He learned from hunters who could track a single footprint through the underbrush, from seers who read the signs of the earth and sky, and from warriors who fought with minds as much as with weapons. The forgotten tribes had a rich history, woven into the very fabric of the land. They were once part of the greater Leopard Clan, but their beliefs and practices had diverged from the mainstream. They valued wisdom over brute strength, and their emphasis on harmony with nature had led to their exile. Cast out for their refusal to engage in the endless cycle of violence, they had forged a new life in the depths of the jungle, becoming masters of survival and stealth. As Arinze trained, he absorbed their knowledge like a sponge, learning to navigate the complexities of the wild. He discovered the healing properties of plants, the art of camouflage, and the importance of patience. Each lesson was a step toward reclaiming not just his strength, but his identity. He felt the weight of his past lifting, replaced by a sense of purpose and belonging among these outcasts. Kiano became more than just a mentor. He became a father figure, imparting wisdom that transcended the physical. "Strength is not just in the body, Arinze," he would say, his voice steady and calm. "It is in the mind and the heart. To lead is to understand, to listen, and to adapt. You must learn to see the world through the eyes of your enemies, to anticipate their moves before they make them." Under Kiano's guidance, Arinze honed his skills, transforming his pain into power. He learned to embrace the scars on his body as symbols of survival, reminders of the battles he had fought and the strength he had gained. Each day was a test of his resolve, a challenge to push beyond his limits. He faced his fears head-on, confronting the darkness that threatened to consume him. And when the time was right, he forged a plan. With Kiano's support, he began to gather the knowledge and resources he would need to return to Igala. He envisioned a strategy that would not only reclaim his place among the Leopard Clan, but also unite the fractured community. He would confront Jabari, not with brute force, but with the wisdom and strength he had gained from the forgotten tribes. As the days turned into weeks, Arinze felt a fire ignite within him, a resolve that burned brighter than ever before. He was no longer just a warrior. He was a leader, a strategist, and a man determined to reclaim his home. The jungle had become his ally, and the lessons of the forgotten tribes would guide him as he prepared to face the shadows of betrayal that awaited him back in Igala.